GTmetrix is a page speed testing tool that can help you optimize your website performance. Let's take a look at the GTmetrix report. I run a test on the web dev website, and we can now see how fast it loads. Overall, everything looks good, and the page is getting an A grade with just total blocking time showing in orange. However, make sure to check the test settings you're using. By default, GTmetrix uses a fast, unthrottled connection on a desktop device, while mobile visitors on your website might have a poor experience. So if you test your website on PageSpeed Insights, you'll typically see worse scores there, as the default is a mobile device. Along with the metrics, GTmetrix also provides a rendering film strip that shows you at what point different parts of the website render. We can see the loading process start with a blank page. Then some of the page content appears, and eventually the main image becomes visible, marking the largest contentful page load milestone. The top issues are based on Google's Lighthouse report. For example, we could layout shift by setting an explicit width and height for images. Finally, the Summary tab also provides an overview of resources loaded on the page, telling you how much data is downloaded and how that breaks down into different resource types. Google collects page speed data as part of the Chrome User Experience Report, or CrUX for short. You can find this data in the CrUX tab of the GTmetrix report. The core Web Vitals are a set of 3 performance metrics, and failing the Web Vitals assessment can impact Google ranking. Google publishes CrUX metrics covering a rolling 28-day period. You can see the date range covered by the GTmetrix report in the top right of the CrUX tab. The request waterfall shows you what resources are loaded over the network when opening the page. It starts with the HTML document, followed by later requests for CSS style sheets and JavaScript files. How quickly different parts of the page render depends on how long it takes to load these resources. For example, the first contentful pane milestone is marked by the first blue line. That means the first content is shown to the user as the browser is downloading the extras.css file. The main image, Home Blue 720, takes longer to download, and accordingly, we see it showing up in the film strip later on. After the initial page load, the browser continues to load additional scripts and images. GTmetrix no longer offers their free testing tool, but you can use an alternative like the Debug by Website speed test or web page test instead. These tools test your website on a throttle connection and provide detailed insight into your website's performance. They provide more advanced test results, and Debug by also provides additional real user CrUX data like a breakdown of the largest contentful pane metric, how visitors navigate on your website like reloads and back-forward navigations, and an indication of how fast your visitors' network speed is. GTmetrix lets you track performance metrics in the History tab. Here you can see how your scores change over time. You can also sign up for Debug by Web Performance Monitoring to get more detailed monitoring data. It runs continuous performance tests on your website, as well as offering real user analytics to see how fast your website is for actual visitors. Get in-depth insight into what's causing slow rendering, layout shifts, and slow interactions. Sign up for a free trial on debugbear.com.